Alright, let's not waste any time. These are the guns everyone's buying in October 2025. Doesn't matter if you're in Texas, Tennessee, or somewhere tucked in a blue state, these pistols and rifles are flying off shelves faster than ammo restocks. Now listen, best selling doesn't always mean best overall, but it does tell you what shooters are trusting with their money right now. Some are pure carry beasts, others weekend range monsters, and a few, honestly, I don't get the hype, but hey, the numbers don't lie. So before your local shop slaps a sold out sign on the glass, let's run through the 10 best selling guns in the country this month. And if one of these is already in your safe, you're not alone. Let's go. It didn't kick down the door in spring, and it didn't dominate YouTube, forums, or gun store counters overnight, but something changed this fall because this pistol quietly clawed its way into the bestseller charts for October, and not just by chance. Week after week, Springfield's new full-size striker-fired handgun started showing up more in range day photos, CCW rotation discussions, and shelf restocks at major dealers, and for good reason at that. The grip feels modern without going overboard. The slide, already optics ready. The trigger, surprisingly crisp for a factory reset. This is the Springfield Echelon, and it's no longer just a new guy on the block. The modular frame system and suppressed ready slide make it a tactical favorite. But now, everyday shooters, especially first-time full-size buyers, are putting real money behind it. And it's not just hype. Sales figures from October show this gun is consistently getting picked over older names in the same price range. It's reliable, accurate, and looks sharp straight out of the box. Springfield didn't just ship a new design, they finally made something that's clicking with American shooters. And what comes next? You won't believe what's sold even more. Stay tuned. You know what's wild? A competition-ready pistol with a race gun trigger and a slide that looks like it belongs in a sci-fi movie ended up as one of October's best-selling handguns. And it wasn't just the competition crowd buying it. Regular folks grabbed it like Halloween candy. The Canik TP9 SFX keeps sneaking into the spotlight month after month. It doesn't appear tactical like a Glock. It screams, "Let's go fast." Giant slide cuts, extended barrel, optic cut, and one of the best out-of-the-box striker triggers you can find under $600. It's not a carry piece, not really a bedside gun either, but for the range, for USPSA, for just having a ridiculously smooth shooter in your collection, it crushed it. Funny thing, people used to call this a budget competition gun. Now, it's just a smart buy, because in October, it didn't just outsell other race guns, it beat out several carry pistols too. But what happens when something that flashy starts winning over casual shooters? Wait till you see what's next. Sometimes the best sellers aren't the flashiest, they're the ones you shoot once and don't shut up about after. That's exactly what happened last month. Dealers across the country started noticing a curious pattern: repeat buyers. People who came in for one thing and walked out with this instead. You're holding it at the range and suddenly you feel that trigger wall crisp. You aim down the sights and the ergonomics lock you in like it was custom fitted. That's when most folks realized they didn't just buy a range toy, they upgraded their entire standard. It was the Walther PDP full size that quietly dominated October's sales in the full-size category, especially among newer shooters and seasoned range junkies who wanted that perfect balance between control and feel. It doesn't try to wow you with weird shapes or innovative curves, it just shoots incredibly well and consistently. The grip texture is just right, not too aggressive, not too slick. The factory optics cut is a bonus, but it's the way this thing handles recoil that seals the deal. It's not viral, it's not gimmicky, but it wins because people believe in it the moment they shoot it. And the next one, if Glock had a rival in the mirror, this might be it. The CZP-10C is climbing up the ranks fast. It's not flashy, not loud, but that's exactly why more people are buying it. Not gimmicks, just pure performance. It's number 7 on our list for a reason. Buyers are waking up to it. For a long time, folks talked about Glock clones or budget striker fires, and the P10C just kept doing its thing in the background. But now, it's showing up more in holsters, more in the forums, and way more in the checkout carts. Its trigger is easily one of the best out of the box. The grip texture locks into your hand without sandpaper aggression, and the accuracy, you can feel it the second you line up that first shot. The sales trend isn't a fluke and not even a hype wave. This is steady word-of-mouth power. People who shoot it, trust it, and people who trust it, buy it. Whether it's your first serious carry pistol or even your 10th, the CZP-10C keeps proving it belongs in the conversation. And next one on the list, let's just say small doesn't mean soft. Look guys, folks are not lining up for overpriced, overhyped carry guns anymore. That era is fading away fast. What they want now is something slim, snag-free, optic-ready, and cheap enough that it won't make them cry if it ends up scratched in the glove box. That's why the Ruger Max 9 is suddenly climbing the charts like it's got something to prove. This thing doesn't try to look fancy, it doesn't scream for attention, but it carries 12 plus 1 rounds in a footprint smaller than your buddy's wallet, and for under 4 bills in most cases, it's practically begging to be tossed in the waistband and forgotten until you need it. And while it ain't got the trigger of a SIG or the branding of a Glock, the sales numbers don't lie. Week after week, this little sleeper's been moving fast, especially in southern shops and online stores with rebate deals. People are buying 2 at a time, 1 to carry and 1 to stash. So yep, it might not have the big YouTube buzz, but on the street, this one's got heat. And right now, it's outselling some serious contenders. October was wild for budget pistols, and the Taurus G3C, it was either sold out or being bought out fast. Now listen, this ain't a perfect gun. It's got quirks, the trigger's got that weird catch, and the finish wears faster than you'd like. But folks don't care. Why, you ask? Because at just over $200 in some states, it's giving people something they can trust without taking out a payday loan. And that trust, even if it's got a few scratches, moves units. In places like Texas, Tennessee, and parts of the Midwest, shelves that had these stacked at the start of the month were empty by week 3. Some dealers were straight up saying, "We're not sure when the next shipment's coming." That says a lot. Not about perfection, but about price, power, and practicality. For people who just need something that goes bang when life gets ugly, the G3C is still the king of dirty work. It might not win a beauty pageant, but in October, it walked off the shelves before half the polished stuff even got touched. Walked into the shop late one Friday afternoon. Shelf was nearly bare. Just a couple of full-size 45s, a dusty revolver no one touches, and then one last Glock 43X MOS. I watched a guy pick it up and hand over his card before I could even blink. That's how this October's been for the 43X MOS. Fast hands win. It's not flashy and not the cheapest, but it fits. That slimline frame, the optics ready cut, the dead simple reliability, it checks boxes for new shooters and veterans alike. People looking to carry every day without feeling weighed down, this is it. People upgrading from a junky 380, this is it. And people who just trust Glock, period, you already know. Sales reports this month called it consistent, but what I saw, it was coveted. When guns don't stay on shelves longer than a cup of coffee, you know something's working. So yep, if you're wondering what's hot in October, it's not about hype, It's just the Glock 43X MOS, and good luck finding one unless you show up early. And if you think that one sold fast, wait until you see what hit number 3. It's not every day you see something rising this quick, but word on the street, this steel-framed workhorse is selling faster than horses before a winter storm. The M&P9 2.0 Compact, with that cold metal grip and steady balance, has been picking up steam with every month this year, but come October, it hit full gallop. No gimmicks here, just a pistol that holds straight, hits true, and don't quit when the wind howls or the dirt kicks up. The metal frame adds a heft folks actually want. It gives you that sturdy planted feel when drawing fast or laying down doubles. I've known lawmen swap their duty rigs for this, rent hands keeping him in glove compartments, and even a fella I once played cards with said it saved his hide on a midnight hog run. October saw it fly off shelves in more than a few Texas countries. Some say shops couldn't restock fast enough. Don't take my word for it though. I've carried Colts, Glocks, Rugers, but this one stays on my belt, rain or shine. And trust me, that ain't the kind of praise folks hand out easy. There's been some talk online, forums, comment sections, you name it, calling this pistol cheap, soulless, even plastic garbage. I've read all of it, but here's the truth. Most of those folks haven't actually shot it, let alone carried it day to day. The APX A1 carry isn't trying to impress range show-offs or YouTube flamethrowers. It's built for the person who needs a no-nonsense pistol that disappears into a waistband, runs clean, and fires straight when it counts. That's it. You get real grip control, a surprisingly good trigger, and reliability backed by Beretta's legacy, whether the internet likes it or not. I've put this through cold mornings and sweaty summer rides, and it's never once made a scene. Sales don't lie either. It's one of the flashiest movers this October in concealed carry categories. Certain shops in the South already wiped out. It's not a hype gun, it's just working, and folks are catching on fast. One more left to go, and trust me, this is the one everyone saw coming, but not like this. So here's the twist no one expected in October. Dealers across Texas, Florida, and even parts of the Midwest started reporting one weird trend. The HK USP selling like crazy? And we're not talking Gen Z hype or tactic cool wannabes. These are guys walking in with cash and asking specifically for the 45 version or the old 9mm with the paddle mag release. Clean slides, cold hammers, no nonsense. Now here's the part that got my attention. 3 different shop owners said the same thing. We haven't seen this much movement on the USP in years. So, what changed? Simple. People got tired of flashy guns that run hot for 6 months and then fall apart by the 7th. The USP may not be pretty and it's not trending, but it's built like a tank, shoots like it means business, and it's one of the last hammer-fired pistols that still feels like it was built for war. And in a month flooded with sales on polymer gimmicks and trigger-happy redesigns, it says a lot that this old warrior still made number 1. They say numbers don't lie, and in October, the data backed the legend. But there's still one more pistol people missed entirely. You already knew this was coming. Old is gold. Doesn't matter what new guns launch, what fancy trigger packages drop, or what wild rumors fly around, when the dust settles, the Glock 19 Gen 5 is still sitting right at the top. October didn't just prove that, it screamed it. Best-selling pistol once again. Plain, boring, flawless dominance. This isn't about marketing anymore, it's about reputation built over decades. Dealers can't keep it in stock. Even the used ones are getting bought before they hit the shelf. And it's not tactical YouTubers pushing it, it's dads, cops, young guys, old-timers, everyone, because it works. It's never one to be flashy. It has no metal frame or even crazy colors, just a clean polymer build, near flawless reliability, and a track record most brands would kill for. Even people who say they're done with Glock usually end up circling back. Some pistols rise, some fall, but one just refuses to leave the throne. Here's one you probably didn't expect to see floating near the sales charts in October, the Beretta 80X Cheetah. And yet, it's quietly climbing. No, it's not outselling your Glocks or Hellcats, but for folks shopping in the 380 lane, the Cheetah's making serious noise. Sales numbers are up, especially among new shooters, older hands downsizing, and carry fans who just want something classy that runs smooth as butter. Funny thing, this pistol was once considered a throwback. Now it's being rediscovered by the same crowd that used to laugh at 380s. Why? Because Beretta gave it the 2025 glow up. Optics ready slide, flat trigger, tuned recoil system, and a grip that actually fits your hand like a real firearm and not a keychain. This isn't just a pretty gun. People are buying it because when something feels this good to shoot and fits into a modern carry lifestyle, folks notice, especially folks who care about what actually sells and not what just looks good in a magazine spread. While everyone else was chasing the next Micro 9, something louder, heavier, and more serious was moving in silence. Turns out, a lot of folks this October weren't looking for subtle, they wanted peace of mind. And for thousands of buyers across gun shops and online orders, this pump-action beast was the one they trusted. The Mossberg 500 Tactical isn't some pretty boy shotgun. This thing's been a go-to for home defense, police breaching units, and truck guns for decades. In 2025, it's not reinventing the wheel, it's just reminding everyone why it never needed to. Why now? Because crime headlines are rising, and when people get nervous, they reach for what works. And in October, this 12 gauge flew off shelves like a Halloween panic buy. Don't let the pistol grips and heat shield fool you. This ain't for show. It's for when the worst kicks down your door. And sales say a lot of people were thinking the same thing. And guess what? The next one on this list is even more surprising, especially if you thought shotguns were done selling. You know which rifle disappears faster than I can unpack the boxes? The Ruger American Ranch. Not kidding. Every time I get one in stock, it's gone in under 48 hours. And it's not the fancy ones folks ask about on forums. It's this bolt action workhorse nobody brags about online, but everybody buys. It's the kind of rifle guys grab for the truck, toss behind the seat, and trust when something moves through the bush. Compact, threaded barrel, and in calibers like 300 Blackout or 5.56, it's ready for anything from varmints to hogs. The funny thing, most of the folks picking these up aren't looking for their dream rifle. They're looking for something that just plain works and doesn't break the bank. I've seen teenagers buy it as their first center fire. I've seen old ranchers replace their 30-year bolt gun with it. When that kind of range of people keeps coming back for the same thing, that's when you know it's a bestseller, even if nobody's shouting about it. There you go. 10 of the hottest sellers in October 2025. If you've spotted your carry gun on the list, good. If not, well, maybe it's time to rethink what's working for everybody else. Some of these will cool off next month, no doubt. But a few, they'll probably dominate the top charts all the way through Christmas. Either way, don't wait around if you've had your eye on one. The shelves aren't staying full for long. Let me know down in the comments which one surprised you the most, or better yet, what should have made the list. This has been your Captain Steve, signing off until the next one.